going to continue by creating connections for this part and then creating start of this front part here. We're going to go back to our Blender file. We're going to tab into edit mode, do Alt-H to unhide everything. I'm going to do 3 for side view, A to deselect, and we're going to need another edge loop pretty close to right here, because if we look at our picture, it has this very outer ring here, and then it starts to go back a bit, and it has another part of a ring right here. So we need another edge loop, and we need to pull it down a bit and then back a bit, and then eventually it kind of connects back up like this, and we have this other shape right here where it starts to connect in. So we need to create that too. So the first thing is go to just do Control R, left click, and just bring this over. And then we're going to select this vertex, so it's the bottom one here, and just pull it down some. Do the same thing here, just pull it down some and maybe over a bit on the x-axis slightly. And then this one we're just going to bring over on the x-axis quite a bit. And we're also going to bring this one back on the y-axis. So we're going to bring it back kind of like this, because you can see it sort of goes back in this direction further. These are closer to this original circle, and then it gets further away, so we now have this getting further away. You could probably bring it out a little bit further if you wanted, and that should be fine. Maybe bring this in slightly so it's not sticking out quite so far. From here I'm just going to quickly delete these 3 vertices. So I'm going to select these 3, just select one, hold shift, and select the others, then do delete and choose vertices. Then we're going to select this vertex here, and we're going to do E to extrude and right click to cancel. We're going to do 3 for side view and then just bring this one down to basically meet up with this line here. And we're going to bring it over till it's a bit further behind where this is. Then we're going to do Control R. We're going to left click and add in another point here, and just use G to move it over to about here. And I'm actually going to move it down a bit further, and then I'm going to take this one and bring it forward a little, and we're going to do Control R, left click, and then bring this one back a little bit so we have a nice curve here. The next thing to look at is this part, how it kind of comes down a little bit and then it connects down a little bit below right here, so you can kind of see shading right here in this area. So if we go back to our model, if we take these 2 vertices and we'll just do E to extrude, right click to cancel, bring it down slightly. Then we're going to take this vertex and just bring it down. You can hold Control and snap it there. And we actually want it a little bit higher up, so if we just bring it a little bit higher up, because it has a slight upward angle to this, you can see it kind of goes upward in comparison to this part of the light right here. So you just want to make sure you have slightly upward angle there. And we can go to front view by pressing 1 if we want, and just bring some of these up a little bit so that it's not really in the way of the light. And next we're going to select these 2, and we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, and bring these down. We can do S, Z, and then 0 and press enter to make it flat on the Z axis. And we're just going to bring it down to about here. We're going to take this vertex, bring it over here. This is pretty much where that line is. If we go to side view by pressing 3, this is pretty much like where this line is going to be. We can actually bring these down a little bit. So if we do B to box select and get both of these and just bring it down a little bit so it matches up a little better with this line. And I'm actually going to bring this one up and snap it by holding Control, so these are nicely in line here. Then next I'm going to select this vertex, so this one here, and we're going to go to side view by pressing 3, and we're just going to bring this one back to about here. And I'm going to fill in this space right here just by selecting these 4 and pressing F to fill in the space, and maybe bring this one over a bit more, so that, because this part's supposed to be kind of rounded a bit, so I'm just trying to make this little part a little bit rounded. And then these here we can probably connect, so we can select these 4 and just press F. And for now we're just going to select these 3 and just press F there too. This piece connects pretty much over to here, so if we select these 2, and we can probably just press F on this one, and if we want to we can connect this down and then down to here, So if we do Control R, left click, G twice, slide this over a bit, and then we can select these 4 right here, and just press F to fill that in. And we can select these 3, press F, and to get rid of this edge, we'll just go to Edge Select, select this edge, do delete, and choose Dissolve Edges. So now we have some pretty nice topology. So we're going to go back to Vertex Select. We're going to do 3 for side view. So this one has to connect over to here. And we're going to need some more geometry here to help us connect some of these over. So what I'm going to do is just do Control R, left click, right click. And we're going to just use G to move this and create some more curvature there. Then we're going to take these 4, we're going to take these 4 here, just press F, and that will fill that in. Then we'll take these 3, and we're going to press F again, and then these 4, and press F. And next we're going to just select these 3, and we'll press F again here. And in order to make a quad, we're going to need an edge loop here, so we're just going to do Control R, left click, and bring this over to about there. That's fine. And then we'll select these 4, and we'll press F. And just to select multiple things, in case you're new to Blender, select one, hold Shift, and then right click to select, and continue holding Shift to add to the selection. You can also hold Shift and select a vertex to deselect it. So if it's already selected and you're holding Shift, it's just going to deselect it instead. And then to finish the side off, we're just going to select these 4. We'll press F again, and then we're going to select these 4 here. So it's these, and then just press F. And for now, this is going to be alright for the start of the front of the car here. So we're just going to save this by going to File and Save. Thank you to our awesome Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter yourself, head on over to patreon.com/StephenBrooks. Thank you for your support.